There's a misconception about online teaching that if you've designed the course properly, using the right technology, it will run automatically. The reality is, facilitation is as much a part of online teaching as it is classroom instruction, maybe more. For example, many of your students may be new to online learning. They'll need to know how to navigate the course, how to access resources, turn in assignments, and find their grades. Part of your job is to facilitate this transition.
Course goals and objectives are built into the course in our overview section, so students have those up front. They also will go through a unit called the Getting Started unit, which gets them familiar with all of the things that they might run into through the course. It's kind of a course map, if you will, a course tour.
Every course you've ever taken probably has a syllabus in it, and of course we use syllabi in our online courses as well. What I like to do though is just have a personalized video introduction to my students that actually shows them the course, right? And so they can just see what they're seeing on the screen, and I can walk them through, hey, you click here to contact me. You click here to go to the first lesson. I think that sort of guided introduction really helps students feel comfortable in this new space that they might not be familiar with.
As in a traditional classroom, student interaction will be a significant part of the online learning experience. So it is essential to facilitate an atmosphere of trust and respect in this virtual community.
I want to make sure that all students in my course feel like they're part of the bigger picture, that they feel like they're class, that they're doing this together, that they're not alone, isolated, sitting behind a computer. So I will involve them in discussion boards and make sure that every student has the opportunity to answer. We make sure that everything on there is positive. We're not going to be negative even if we disagree with someone, and that's part of the expectations that we let them know ahead of time.
I monitor their pages to make sure that they are respectfully communicating with each other, and I also monitor those discussion forums. I've had an instance where student communication did move outside of what was appropriate in one of my courses, and I deleted that particular discussion post, and I also paged and emailed that student and called them and let them know what was appropriate, and I didn't have any other problems after that.
And because so much of their work will be done online, now and in the future, part of the job is to facilitate an understanding of good internet citizenship.
Think of a student writing a paper. In a traditional classroom, you're going to get that on paper and you're going to read it. Now, how much of that has been found online somewhere? Potentially a lot of it. In our online courses, we have tools that automatically search through those papers and compare them to enormous databases, so we can see a map. What part of that is original? What part of that has been taken from somewhere else? In other words, it's accountability for our students.
I work very hard in my class to make sure that my assignments are not Googleable. An example of that might be, instead of asking about the significance of color in The Great Gatsby, which you can find thousands of hits for on the internet, I might say, have Gatsby have a communication with Juliet from Romeo and Juliet. What kinds of things might they have in common? Where might they disagree? What kind of conversation might they have? It engages critical thinking, it demonstrates their knowledge of my content, but it's also not found anywhere on Google, which eliminates the problem of plagiarism completely.
Listening is always an essential factor in teaching, so it's important to facilitate direct, honest feedback from students and their parents.
We include a course survey in each one of our courses where the students can provide, at the end of the semester, their feedback in terms of what works and what doesn't work.
So feedback from parents is encouraged at the end of courses. We give them a survey and ask them to return it to let us know how the experience was for their student and how it was for them as parents.
To learn more about INOCAL national standards for quality online teaching, visit us on the web at www.inocal.org.